Hello, welcome back. Today I have a simple question for you. Now the question is this: have you ever gone or tried to go out and you realize that the clothes you're putting on doesn't fit very well when you looked at the mirror, and you are somehow feeling tired to pull it off? Or probably you say to yourself, let me test this. So you want to test it because it is a kind of new form of dressing to you, even if people will laugh at you, but you just want to try it out. After all, what is fashion? Fashion looks stupid sometimes. So have you ever been in this situation before? That is a problem we are going to solve today. We're not going to solve the problem about your wardrobe. We're going to solve the problem on logo design. So I'm going to teach you how to stop using a kind of logo you're not supposed to use in a particular mockups, and how to change it even if you want to use it on that particular mockup. So for today, we are using this logo format and we're using this kind of logo format. There are only two types of formats of mockups. We have a simplified mockup format which shows everything in your logo, and an abstract form of mockup which just shows the shapes of your logo. So bear this in mind, we have just two forms of logo format. Now let's get into our mockup formats. Okay, let's get into our logo. But before we get that, my name is Manuel. Welcoming you back to CaterGraphics. If you have not subscribed to the channel, make sure to do so, and after watching this video, make sure to share it to your friends if it will be beneficial to them. So this kind of logo we have here, this kind of logo are simplified version of logo. This could be used on a simplified version of mockups and also used on the abstract form of mockups. Now this one we have here is a simplified but also an abstract, so it's in between mascot logo and a simple logo. So now this kind, you can use it in the simplified mockups, and also you can also use it on the abstract mockups. But this final one, you can't use it on abstract mockups, but you can use it on a simplified mockups. In a few minutes we'll understand this and understand how we can make this work on any mockup. Okay, so this is not about using a black mockup on a black background or using a white mockup on a white background. I'm going to teach you that later probably, and you don't even need to learn much about that. But what we are focusing on today, if we have more time, we'll go in depth into that. What we are focusing more today is understanding what kind of mockup type you're going to use on a particular kind of logo. Okay, so now let's start with the first one, 𝗲𝗺𝗫. 𝗲𝗺𝗫 is going to run into the first form of logo mockup. We call it the simplified. So place your logo in this angle. So when you double click, it opens up. For those of you who are learners, you don't understand what just happened now. So what you do to find where your mockup belongs, just click on this. You see where they say, okay, let me zoom, let me expand this so you see. See your image here, double click. Doesn't double click this, you double click this icon here. This icon is a smart object. Okay, when you double click on a smart object, it opens a path where you place something, and when you click on Ctrl S, it will bring out that thing you saved in this platform. So let's double click it. It pulls out our logo on a straight format. So we are going to drag our first logo, this one, to this. So we can expand it to match with the size we want. If you want it small, you can make it small. You want it big. So when you are done, click on enter in your keyboard. Then you can disable the previous one. See where my keyboard is. You can disable the previous one. By so doing, you will not be able to see the one beneath. So now you hold on the control key, then click on S. Control S is the key to automatically apply the smart object to come in the front of the logo. So this is what we have here. You understand what problem we are having here? We are using a white logo on a white background. Yes, you can see the name, but this is not professional. No one with accurate understanding of design will accept this. So what we are going to do is to go back and select the one with a black background. So if we need this yellow icon here, we can easily convert it or bring it over here, or change this color to yellow so we can have what we want. But we don't need that now. You understand fully well how to do that. So let's get right into it and do the main thing. So we expand as well and bring it here, still disable the second one, Ctrl save. So we check our project again. So we see what we have here, very simple. this is the first format of logo design. So now let's get to the second one. This one, you see everything is showing very clear, the gradient and everything is working very perfectly. So let's get to the second one. Let's double click in the same angle to place our assets. So this other one says place your logo here. It's still the same thing. You double click on the asset, it brings out the asset palette. So now we drag the same thing, or even this probably the second one, and this is one secret you need to understand about this abstract kind of mockup. Abstract mockup doesn't care about the background of your logo. It automatically gives your logo its own background, okay, to give it its effect. So when you apply this, we control save. Practically we see our logo. Let me cancel this. Practically you see our logo on this looking very beautiful, you see. Now, which means if we still use this white one, it will still work without no difference. You won't notice anything. You won't notice any difference, okay? You won't notice any difference. Now let me show you a place where you have problem in this, where you have problem in this, and where you have problem in the other one. So now let's continue with this. Let's continue with this, and we are going to place. We are done with this first logo type. Let's get into the second logo type. So this is a simple kind of logo type. You can use it on both the abstract logo mockup type and also the more confused logo type. So simplified and abstract logo type, mockup type, you can use it on them. So the name simplified and more confusing or abstract was formulated by me, okay? I don't think there's anything called simplified mockup or abstract mockup. So don't go online and start searching for simplified mockup and abstract mockup. You mess yourself up. So now we are getting back. Don't tell anyone, please. So now we are getting back to this. So we are taking this very difficult one or middle difficult mockup logo to our mockup. So let's get to the first mockup type. We place it here and we expand it. Remember, we are not making any conversion, and that's not what the purpose of this tutorial is. So control save. It's saved now. Let's get into it and see our mockup. Wow, beautiful. Okay, it's beautiful. Now if you apply this logo that have a white text on this, we are still not going to see the same problem we are passing through in the first one. We are going to pass through it. So now we understand that we are going to do the same with this second one, and it's going to work perfectly well like this. Okay, now let's get to the second or type. Let's see what happens if we place that same logo here. So we drag the logo and place it here. It's a very important tutorial for all of us. Most of us use mockups and we just bump out of it, download and delete, and that's it. No, need to learn how to use mockups. You see the problem we are passing through now? This is just the beginning. You have not seen nothing. You have not seen nothing. Now, how are we going to make it possible not only to use this kind of logo format here, but also use it in this kind of abstract mockup? Let me teach you the logo conversion for mockup. We have learned logo conversion for colors. Now we're going to learn logo conversion for mockups. So now we have this problem here. What we are going to do is to make sure we deselect every angle that have an icon or a kind of design in it. Simply, we are taking this curve off and taking all these dots off. Okay, so now we select on in Photoshop. Remember, we are in Photoshop right now. We select on our magic eraser tool. Now we click on this. It is still a smart object since it's from Illustrator. So when you click on it, it will tell you to rasterize. This smart object must be rasterized before you start editing, blah blah blah. So now we are here. We can now remove the backgrounds we don't want. So now first we click on this. We removed it. Don't bother how it looks. Remember, we are talking about mockups. We remove this. That's cool. What else are we going to remove? We remove these dots, and you're going to come very closely for you to see these dots and for you to be able to click on them to remove them. So you're going to remove all these dots. I'll just remove a few of them and let the rest of you do the rest. As though you are here with me. So we have removed that. We want these parts to show. So which one are we going to remove? The white one or the brown one? Think. think you're going to remove the brown one, not the white one, because if we remove the white one, the brown one is assumed to still be part of this place. Remember, it's a kind of logo that doesn't show any atom of content inside your logo. It only shows the shapes of your logo. Okay, so now we remove only this part and we save. Let's just save and see what we have. Control save. So wow, you see it, this is just what we have. This is just it. We are having problem the cup. We don't notice that this is a cup anymore. So we are going to go back to our logo format. We are probably going to remove this. Since that one doesn't work, we remove it and we remove this cup angle here. Then we save again and see what happens. Wow, so this is it. Okay, so this is it. This is how you can convert this. Now someone who noticed this is the same kind of logo will also notice this is the same kind of logo. How you will know is by converting this. Double click on this, then select on color overlay. When you convert it to a particular color, probably black or so, you will notice the color. But if probably these icons was still here and convert this to black color, let me show you. Ctrl Z. So let's convert this to just a black color. We are still going to get the same kind of effects we got in the beginning when we first did this here. So you understand that very well. So now let's get into the very difficult mockup logo types. Okay, so we're going to use this as a reference. So we're going to place it on this first or second kind of mockup. Let's just see. We place it here, we still deselect this, then we save it. Let's go and see what we have in this place. Very good. We have very awesome kind of, just that we need to increase it a little. We need to increase this a little. Okay, make sure it's centered. Control save and we see what we have again. So boom, this is cool. Okay, this is very cool. So this is just what we want for this. Now the second problem, we're going to try it right over here. So we drag this and place it in here. There are things you just can't deal with. Okay, just let it go. Okay, so now let's save and see. You see what we have? Is this a logo? The second kind was fair because that is a semi-mascot kind of logo. Okay, this is a full-blown mascot logo. You don't have any chance to see any part of it, any part of the shape, except the outer side of it. Okay, so now you are having this problem. What are we going to do? If we start removing these parts, which parts will you remove and which parts won't you remove? You are having problems. We are having different shapes here that if we start removing many parts here, we are going to fall into problem of logo not being able to be recognized, even by us. We can't even recognize it ourselves. So let's try removing some parts. That's what I'm doing now. Remember what I told you about that. I'm going to remove most relevant parts and leave the other part that's going to create the shape. If you have not watched the tutorial, I'm going to show you a tutorial on this. Watch this tutorial right in front of my screen now. Is about a kind of conversion like this, which you can still do on a semi kind of logo for mockups. Control save. So this is taking a lot of time because it knows what is going on. So we are going to try see it on a glass format. We did this actually on the other one. No, so we're going to move it practically from this to this. Okay, now we are going to remove this and save this. Okay, glass. So you see what we have? It still doesn't make any sense. Even though we tried our best, it still doesn't make any sense. So mascot logos, you can't use them on abstract mockups, like I said earlier. So you can only use them on simplified face mockups, on this kind of backgrounds that are plain, where you can see all this. So in summary, we have two kind of mockups: the simplified form of mockups that shows everything that you are doing, and the abstract form of mockup. Let me show you another abstract form of mockups that I have right here. have this gold premium logo mockup I like using. So this one too, you still fall into the same problem if you try to use that logo on it. So if we try to use this particular logo on it, we are practically going to fall into the same problem. We're going to fall into the same problem, or even heavier problem. So you see what we have here? This is the problem. But now if we try to use this kind of logo on it, we're not going to fall into any problem at all, not even one, because these logos, I will tell you why anyway. Control save. I'll tell you why you don't fall into problems in simple kind of logo, using them on simple kind of mockups. You see, we don't fall into any kind of error. Everything works perfectly well. Okay, everything worked perfectly well. I think I'm gonna use this mockup perfectly well. Now, why you can use this mockup on this kind of logo on any kind of mockup? Because this kind of logos have shapes that runs inside them, which makes up the logo. Okay, these shapes runs inside them. They are not just some kind of drawing or sketches above another background, which is this gradient, but they are like sketches that pumps inside them, creating some shapes here, which will make that mockups trace it and make it easier to be noticeable, even though it doesn't bear the same color as it originally is. So that is it for our tutorial today. I hope you guys enjoy it. Make sure to hit the like button, make a comment about this. If you have any problem, let me know about that in the comment section. And also remember to subscribe if this is your first time of watching my tutorial or our tutorial. And also make sure you share this video to your friends and family members, and even to your boss. So thank you all. This is Manuel once again signing out from CaterGraphics. Enjoy the rest of your day. So that is it for today. I hope you guys enjoyed the tutorial. Make sure to subscribe, leave a comment, like, and make sure you share to your friends. You're not gonna enjoy this alone. Once again, this is Manuel signing out from CaterGraphics. Thank you all for being a part of it.